Game three, Sacramento versus Golden State. The Dubs get a big win, 114-97. Let's get into it. One thing about this year's version of the Golden State Warriors, by the way, the defending NBA champs, no doubt, they can't win on the road, but they find ways to win at home. Golden State gets a big win versus the Kings, 114-97. Big game by Steph Curry, 36 points, followed by Andrew Wiggins with 20. Jordan Poole chipped in with 16. Golden State got balanced scoring. They had five guys in double figures. Ball movement, body movement. They were just a lot more active. I like the fact that this particular game, Steve Kerr decided to give the young guys, Kuminga, Moody, get them legs in there. Let's see if they can be impactful. Can they contribute? And the young guys followed up. 19 points, 5 rebounds combined, not to mention active bodies, played good defense within their team concept. Klay Thompson didn't have a good shooting night, but he hit a couple of big threes late in the game. For the Kings, it's real simple. Yes, I thought Golden State played a lot better. They were a lot more active. But when you go 11 for 46 from three, more times than not, you're going to lose. The Kings missed a lot of good looks. I agree. Golden State played better. Their defense was more active, but Sacramento did miss a lot of wide open looks. No question. Not surprising. De'Aaron Fox still led the way, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 9 from 22 from the field. Harrison Barnes was rock solid with 17 points. The problem tonight is the second guy, the guy that had been dominating the Golden State Warriors, who looked like a right-hand version of De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, 1 for 9, 0 for 4 from 3. He only had 4 points. Malik Monk had no impact on this game. Going forward, I expect Sacramento to come out guns blazing, a much better game from Malik Monk. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to look to drop 30 plus in game 4, but this will be the game that decides the series. I think Golden State will respond. I picked Golden State to win tonight. I've got the Dubs, the defending champs. I've got the champs winning game 4. Let's transition over to Philadelphia versus the Brooklyn Nets. Philly wins 102-97. Ugly, ugly, sloppy game. But the bottom line, if you're a Sixers fan, a win is a win. Another good shooting night by Tyrese Maxey. He gives you 25 points. James Harden chips in with 21 before he gets ejected. Joel Embiid gives you 14 and 10. Not necessary for him tonight to really go off. And really, if you saw the game, if you're a Sixer fan, you're just more concerned that he gets out of the game as healthy as possible. For the Nets, it's real simple. They just don't have the firepower to keep up with the Sixers. Mikal Bridges had 26 points, but it took him 26 shots, so he wasn't really effective or efficient. Spencer Dinwiddie had his best game of the series, giving you 20 points, but it wasn't enough. Bottom line is, this series is playing out as it should. The Sixers are the 3 seed, and they are dominating the 6 seed Nets. They take a commanding 3-0 lead in this series. Suns beat the Clippers 129-124. The story of this game is pretty much the story of this series. Matter of fact, looking ahead, and I know this series is far from over, whoever faces Phoenix, it will come down to the firepower of their starting 5 versus what you have in terms of depth and talent. Phoenix, 45 points from D Book, 28 from KD, Torrey Craig with 15, DeAndre Ayton solid, 12 and 11. Chris Paul didn't have a great shooting night, but CP3 hit some timely jumpers when it mattered most. For the Clippers, Norman Powell, 42 points, Russell Westbrook, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. I thought Russ played well. I thought Norman Powell, maybe this might help the Clippers down the road in this series. 42 points for Norman Powell. You don't expect that on a nightly basis, but maybe this unlocks him. Norman Powell is an explosive scorer who has not really shot the ball well, at least early in these playoffs. So if this game at least unlocks him, he goes into game 3 or game 4 with confidence. That's big for the Clippers, depending on the health of course, Kawhi Leonard. But if you're going to have 2 guys in your starting lineup, drop 30 and 42, but three guys between them give you 13 points. That's not good enough in your starting five. Eric Gordon, 2 for 6, 7 points. Nicholas Batum, 19 minutes, 0 points. Big Z, who's not a scorer still, gave you 8 rebounds along with 6 points. And that's because his minutes are being staggered because obviously he struggles in space, especially in the pick and roll, which the Suns have been attacking him and trying to put him to every action. Not surprising, the Clippers bench, once again, they give you 39 points. Their bench is always going to outscore the Suns bench because the Suns don't have a bench, but it doesn't matter when Phoenix's starting five all is in double digits versus the Clippers who only have 2 guys in double digits. The bottom line is this: going forward, if Kawhi Leonard can return and he's healthy, I mean, at least 90%, I don't think this series is over, but the struggle won't change. They're going to have to get more firepower. They're going to have to get more production out of guys like Nick Batum, Eric Gordon, especially Nick Batum. Look, Robert Covington played 16 less minutes than Nicholas Batum, and they got the same amount of points. Ty Lue's got to get somebody in there who can get some kind of production offensively. Start Terrence Mann. And I know Terrence Mann is physically smaller, but he's more athletic. He's quicker. He's got a better handle. Put Terrence Mann in. Get some energy into that starting lineup. Suns go up 2-1. Big game by D Book. Heading into game 4, everything hinges on the health of Kawhi Leonard. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, I think this series is still going to be a long series. Let's transition into just looking at the overall state of the playoffs. Bucks Heat 1-1 after the Bucks come off of a big win, a blowout win over the Heat. Jrue Holiday continues being a great facilitator. He had 16 assists in game 1, 12 in game 2, added 24 points. They had 7 guys in double digits. Bucks get a big win without Giannis going into game 3. If Giannis can play and he's healthy, I think the Bucks have the ability to take control of this series, but do not sleep on the Heat. They know how to play the Bucks. Giannis is the best player in the league, still, in my opinion, but for whatever reason, Miami seems to know how to slow him down better than most teams. Cleveland and Knicks, if you saw game 2, the Cavs destroyed the Knicks. To the credit of Donovan Mitchell, who made a point to make sure his guys, Darius Garland and Karis LeVert, were involved early and often. He took a step back and became more of a facilitator in game 2. If Donovan Mitchell has the ability to pick and when he has a score, that means somebody else is getting off. And if that's the case, the Knicks are in trouble. For New York, you've got to do something about RJ Barrett. The man's played 2 games and he's made 4 shots. You got to start Grimes. You got to put Quickly in the start line. You have to get some offense in there, guys that are playing with confidence. Because right now, Barrett has hurt you. I know statistically, Julius Randle's your best player, but he's not actually your best player. That is Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle is a dark hole, and he holds the ball too long. And when you're that big and you're that powerful and you have the ability to drive to the basket, why are you settling for nothing but jump shots? You are playing right into the Cavs' hands. They want to play faster. And if you're going to take long jump shots and miss them, you are helping them ignite their offense going the other way. Going into game 3, I picked the Knicks to win this series, but Tom Thibodeau's he's going to have to step out of his comfort zone and play more of these young guys. Philadelphia and the Nets, we've already talked about this. This is 3-0. This series is over. This is really all about the Sixers winning this series and coming out of it healthy. I'm sure tomorrow a lot of things we'll be talking about is how physical, how extra the series that game was, that game 2 was, what Joel Embiid did and did not get kicked out versus what James Harden did and was thrown out. Boston and Atlanta, they're heading into game 3. Celtics are up 2-0 strictly on the fact that they are the superior team. This is not surprising. This is what a number 2 should do to a number 7. They're up 2-0. It feels like they're up 3-0. I expect this to be a sweep. Denver beat the T-Wolves last night. Give the T-Wolves a lot of credit. They dropped the 40 bomb in the third quarter. Anthony Edwards, he showed you. He showed you what he could do what he could be. There's no question. He's the best player on that team. He is the future of that team. On the flip side, Rudy Gobert, guys are giving him the nickname Mr. No-Show. I have no confidence in him. And like I told the guys on Coffee and Sports in the Morning Show earlier, when I'm talking to Coach Dante and my guy Dez, it all adds up to he's no good. My problem with Rudy Gobert is all the talent in the world, but that thing that's up underneath your skin where your chest is, he doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. That want to, that's not in his DNA. I expect the Nuggets to go up 3-0 when they get to Minnesota. Suns just took out the Clippers to take a 2-1 lead. And again, we've already discussed that series is so up in the air depending on the health of Kawhi Leonard. If Kawhi Leonard can go and he's healthy, I still think that might be a 6 or 7 game series. Kings lost to the Warriors tonight, so now it's a 2-1 lead. Steph Curry, explosive game, 36 points. I just like the fact that the Warriors came out and Steve Kerr decided to play some of the young guys. The Warriors moved the ball better. There was better movement of players. The Warriors came out, punched the Kings in the mouth. The Kings just could not hit nothing from three. I thought the Warriors played solid defense, but a lot of this was they played good defense, but the Kings missed a lot of open shots. Game 4, in my opinion, of this series will determine the winner of this series. Memphis and the Lakers, they're tied 1-1 heading into Game 3. If you're the Lakers and people want to call you a title contender, you can't lose that game. You can't lose that game. Not with Steven Adams in street clothes. Not with John Morant in street clothes. I don't understand how you lose that game. Not with Clark in street clothes. Not with Brandon Clark in street clothes. You find a way to win that game. That team wasn't just wounded. They were missing their best player, and you found a way to lose that game. I just don't understand that. In the big picture, to me, yes, there was a window where people could see there was a path for the Lakers to get to the conference finals. I don't think you make it to the conference finals if you can't take out a team minus their best player. Before I get out of here, salute to Malcolm Brogdon for winning 6th Man of the Year, De'Aaron Fox for being the first winner of the Clutch Player of the Year award, and Coach Mike Brown for becoming Coach of the Year for a second time in his career. Don't forget to watch the games that'll be on later on tonight. It'll be the Celtics versus the Hawks, Game 3, Cavs versus the Knicks, Game 3, and of course the Nuggets and the T-Wolves tip-off at 9:30, another Game 3. It's the NBA Cypher next time.